Good morning, students. Due to some technical problem, today we could not able to discuss entrance part of metallurgy. So by tomorrow it may rectify. Therefore, tomorrow onwards let us discuss that. And today the next lesson, P block elements, in which 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, total 4 group elements we have already. 13th, 14th you studied in first PU, right? Similarly, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th group elements. So one after one let us discuss. Today let us start this 15th group. By tomorrow if it will be rectified, then tomorrow let us discuss entrance of that metallurgy. Coming Sunday you have metallurgy only. Suppose if tomorrow also technical issue is not rectified, then day after tomorrow let us go. 2 days required. Very easy. If you read by opening MTG book, if you read everything you are going to understand. So from my side, if explanation will be there, so it is like tirth which is coming from shank, directly water ho jata. So definitely I will discuss tomorrow. If not possible, day after tomorrow. So most probably tomorrow it is going to rectify. Clear? Otherwise, by opening the book and writing every question on board will be, it takes a lot of time. Clear? Right. So P block elements, in which 15th group elements. 15th group elements also known as nicogens. Right? Here, according to IUPAC 15th group, long form of periodic table will be 5th A group elements. Right? Which are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Right? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth are 15th group elements, and these elements general electronic configuration NS2NP3. NS2NP3 the general electronic configuration of these elements, and atomic numbers if you go, nitrogen is 7 plus P block 8. If we add 8 electrons will go and add, therefore 7 plus 8 15, 15 plus 18 because S2 P6 D10. So 15 plus 18 33, again the 33 plus 18 will be 51, 51 plus 32 will be 83. Clear na? Those are atomic numbers. Already first year periodic classification of elements you are masters. Clear? Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Their electronic configuration if you check here, neon 2s2 2p3. Here neon no, helium, sorry. Helium 2s2 2p3, neon 3s2 3p3, argon this 3d10 4s2 4p3, and krypton 4d10 5s2 5p3, xenon 4f14 5d10 6s2 6p3. These are nicogen elements, individual electronic configuration. Helium 2s2 2p3, neon 3s2 3p3, argon. Here inner d orbital will fill. Inner d orbital is third energy level. Fourth energy level is outermost shell. It is the penultimate shell. So penultimate d orbital in third energy level. The 3d10 4s2 4p3. Again same. Here ultimate shell is fifth energy level. Fourth energy level is penultimate shell, in which fourth energy level d filled. Then outermost shell 5s2 5p3. Then if you come to bismuth, anti-penultimate F will come forward. Penultimate D 10 filled, anti-penultimate F fourth energy level filled with 14 electrons, and outermost or ultimate shell 6s2 6p3. These are electronic configurations of nicogens. Here NS2NP3 there, see NS2NP3. S with paired electrons, P are with half filled electronic configuration. Clear na? Either lone pair and here half filled. Any orbital is with filled electronic configuration is more stable. Next to that half filled electronic configuration, next to that partially filled electronic configuration. Clear na? It is not the partially filled electronic configuration. Here filled in S orbital and half filled in P orbital. Thus these elements are stable compared with the 14th group elements as well as 16th group elements. Right? Then these elements properties almost resembles. Not all, majority of the properties are going to resemble. Now these elements, if you consider, nitrogen is a diatomic N2, phosphorus tetraatomic, arsenic tetraatomic, then antimony tetraatomic, bismuth is a monoatomic. Right? The second highest atomicity exhibited by here these group elements, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, is tetraatomic. The highest atomicity will be from sulfur, selenium, tellurium. So in that chalcogen group elements, let us discuss, that is octaatomic. S8, Se8 and Te8, octaatomic, and second highest atomicity exhibited by these elements, in which particularly phosphorus, arsenic and antimony. Right? Abundance, if you consider, nitrogen is the maximum abundant gaseous element in environment. Correct? In atmosphere, it is maximum around 79% nitrogen will be there in atmospheric air. It is triple bonded, N and N, between that the triple bond is there, triple bonded compound, gaseous compound, hence highly stable and highly inert. Next to the inert gas elements, highest inertness exhibited by nitrogen gas. Then whereas phosphorus, arsenic, antimony are there, they are not through multiple bonds, through single bonds only. Thus the reactivity of these elements will be somewhat more. Bismuth, almost lead is the last element left over during radioactive disintegration. Radioactive disintegration, lead is the last element. Here bismuth next to that. Here radioactive disintegration series are 4 we have. 4n series, 4n plus 1 series, 4n plus 2, 4n plus 3. Total 4 series are there. 4n series nothing but the radioactive element whose atomic mass divisible with 4 and remainder 0. Atomic mass of a radioactive disintegrated element divided with 4 leaving remainder 0 is 4n series. Then here 4n plus 1 series nothing but the radioactive element atomic mass divisible with 4 and leaving remainder 1. So that is 4n plus 2. 4n plus 1. Remainder 2, 4n plus 2, 3, 4n plus 3. It is the 4n plus 1 series, artificial radioactive disintegration series, in which bismuth left over the last element. Bismuth left over the last element during artificial radioactive disintegration series. Leaving this, in 14th group already you studied carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. Lead, whatever is there, lead 208, lead 208, lead 202. So 4n plus 2 series will be there, 4n series also there. So that lead is the last element, thus the lead further could not able to allow the alpha, beta, gamma rays through it. Therefore, lead box we will use to stop the radioactive passage, radioactive elements passage. To stop that, lead box we used. If you remember in atomic structure, alpha ray scattering experiment in gold foil you studied. So lead box, in a lead box you took the radioactive source. Why in lead box? That lead box allow to where the passage is there through which only the alpha, beta, gamma radiations are going to emit. Remaining side lead stop that passage. Whereas in 4n plus 1 series, 15th group elements, bismuth is the last element left over in radioactive disintegration series of 4n plus 1 series. Suppose if they ask anywhere such a type of question, you must alert with this. Clear na? Then it is a radioactive nature, whereas nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony, this is a diatomic, these three are tetraatomic in nature, atomicity if you consider. General physical characteristics, if you studied general physical characteristics, here what are the general physical characteristics? First, size, either atomic size or ionic size or covalent size, whatever it may be. One, atomic size. Atomic size, what happens? As we move from top to bottom, nitrogen to bismuth, the differentiating electron is the last electron. Differentiating electron is the last electron. Last electron enter into outermost next higher energy level. Here second energy level 2p3, whereas here third energy level 4th, 5th, 6th. So as we move down the group, the differentiating electron enter into next higher energy level, so that atomic size top to bottom gradually increases. Clear na? Atomic size go on increase. Next, ionization potential. Ionization potential. Ionization potential IP, or even sometimes IE also we can say, ionization energy. Ionization energy is what? The minimum excess amount of energy is needed to remove an electron from outermost orbit of neutral gaseous isolated atom. Correct? Neutral gaseous isolated atom, outermost orbital, from which to remove an electron energy required. Right? So now if the size is more, attraction of that electron by the nucleus will be decreases. Whenever outermost electron weakly attracted by the nucleus or weakly controlled by the nucleus, to remove such electron energy required will be less only. Therefore as we move down the group, to remove an electron, energy required will be decreases. Thus, ionization potential values decreases down the group. Bole to like this, decreases down the group. Right? So, your bottom element is having lower ionization potential and the top element having higher ionization potential. Therefore, instead of decreasing down the group, increases from downside to upside, whatever the way you can write. So that is ionization potential. Then electron affinity. Electron affinity is EA. Electron affinity is what? It is also energy related like ionization energy or ionization potential. Here ionization potential is what? To remove an electron, energy required. Whereas electron affinity, when we add an electron, nothing but external agency is going to add an electron to the vacant orbital of outermost vacant orbital of neutral gaseous isolated atom. Clear na? When we add an electron, if we want to add an electron, minimum eligibility of that atom is what? To provide a vacant orbital. If that is having a vacant orbital, then only we can add an electron. Suppose that is not with vacant orbital, like noble gas, helium 1s2 filled, no vacant orbital. 2s2, 2p6 filled, no vacant orbital. Suppose if an atom fails to provide a vacant orbital, external agency interest, how much interest external agency may have to add an electron fails. Therefore, minimum eligibility of an atom to provide a vacancy position. Then if vacancy position is there, external agency wanted to add an electron. Suppose if it is adding, so by receiving that electron, if that atom attains stability by converting into anion, then energy released will be more. When we add an electron to the outermost vacant orbital, we are adding. that also able to accept or not? If that is unable to accept an electron, okay, for courtesy sake you are adding, therefore I am receiving. If atom says, is that stable? Something if I want to provide you, okay, keep it aside, you are telling. Later मेरे को कब भूख लगता तब खाते, उधर रखो. Sometimes बोलते देखो, or I am busy in reading, therefore keep it aside. If you are very hungry, at that time if somebody provides you no, you are eagerly waiting. You are eagerly waiting to receive. At that time, the stability of you will be increases. Whenever stability increasing during particular action, then energy released to the surrounding will be more. Right? When we add an electron, nothing but the system should ready to accept an electron. If those are two are possible, at that time energy released will be more. Meaning here, suppose the size will be like this, 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Then it is a nucleus. Then next if you go 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p3. Here the distance from nuclear to outermost orbit, here the distance from nuclear to outermost orbit increases down the group. As the distance increases, this nuclei unable to control its own outermost electrons properly. Suppose when we add additional electron, controlling will be difficult. Whereas if distance is lesser, then control will be more. Even additional electron also if we control, that will be strongly attracted by nuclei. Whenever added electron strongly attracted by nuclei or strongly controlled by the nuclei, energy released will be more. Nothing but as the size of an atom is less, electron affinity is more. What is an electron affinity? The amount of energy released to the surrounding when we add an electron to the outermost orbit of neutral gaseous isolated atom. Clear na? To which when we add an electron, energy released is electron affinity. If size of an atom is less, energy released will be more. Thus, as we move down the group, here electron affinity values decreases. As we move down the group, electron affinity values decreases. As we move down the group, ionization potential values decreases to remove an electron here. Clear na? So that is electron affinity. And in general, one statement I will make you, in every group, second period element to third period element, electron affinity values increases, thereafter decreases. Second period size will be less. Second period size will be less. Third period size will be more. If size is more, the distance from nucleus to outermost orbit more. Here distance between nucleus to outermost orbit less. If the distance is less, control will be more, attraction will be more. Here attraction will be less. But technically here vacancy position provided by third period element in every group will be more because inner vacant d orbitals are available. Second period no vacant d. In second period d orbital is not available, 2d is not there, 3d is not there. In third period element of every group more vacancy is there. In second period element of every group less vacancy is there. Thus external agency if wishing to add an electron, vacancy position where is more, then their attraction will be more. Thus in every group second period element to third period element electron affinity values increases, thereafter decreases. Clear na? Thus nitrogen to phosphorus increases, thereafter up to bismuth decreases. In the same way, if you go halogen, fluorine to chlorine increases, thereafter up to iodine decreases. Thus in the periodic table, highest electron affinity exhibiting element is Cl, not F. F is more electronegative but not more electron affinity. Clear na? Cl is the highest electron affinity element. In the similar way, in every group, the third period element possesses highest electron affinity compared with the second period element. Then next, electronegativity. Electronegativity is a phenomenon. Right? Here energy change no. Already you studied. Electronegativity is the tendency of an atom to withdraw shared pair of electrons towards it from its bonded atom in a molecule. Correct? In a molecule, suppose AB molecule is there. AB molecule is there. Whatever this shared pair of electrons are there, the shared pair of electrons withdrawing towards one of the atom side. Right? One of the atom side. An atom who can able to withdraw a shared pair of electrons between two bonded atoms towards it is called electronegativity. The tendency, it is a phenomena. The tendency of an atom to withdraw a shared pair of electrons towards it from its bonded atom in a molecule is electronegativity. Therefore, it has no unit. Electron affinity is having energy unit. Energy unit. Ionization potential also having energy unit. Whereas electronegativity, no unit. Here also same. As the size of atom less, withdrawing tendency is more. If the size of atom is more, withdrawing tendency is not there. If size is more, controlling is difficult. One electron withdrawing difficult. From share paired, how can it able to withdraw towards it? Thus, down the group, electronegativity values also decreases. Clear, na? The next, electropositivity. Electropositivity. Actually, this electronegativity and non-metallic character same. Non-metallic character. Down the group, non-metallic character decreases because size increasing. Ability to lose an electron, ability of an atom to lose an electron to its bonded atom in a molecule. Correct? Electropositivity is what? Ability of an atom to lose an electron to its bonded atom in a molecule. That is electropositivity. Suppose same AB, if you consider from A to B, ability to lose an electron. A is going to lose an electron. In these two, B is saying, I am taking. Whatever this bond pair is there, that bond pair I am taking, B is telling. A is telling, not you are taking, I am giving. A is saying, I am giving. B is saying, I am taking. Between these two, quarrel is there. But ultimate goal is same. Ultimate goal is same. A to B, electron. This is giving an electron to B. B is saying, I am taking. So therefore, the reactivity with respect to B, we have to define. With respect to A, we have to define. Such type of questions they are going to ask. Phenomenon is same, but with respect to whom the reactivity is going to run. That is important here. Clear now? Here electropositivity is the ability of an atom. A is electropositive. Electropositive elements in the formulae is going to write towards left side, then electronegativity atoms towards right side. Whatever the formulae we are going to frame, always left side electropositive elements and left to right electronegativity order increases. Clear now? So here electropositivity down the group increases because size increasing. Down the group atomic size increasing, ability to lose an electron increases. Therefore, electropositivity is nothing but metallic nature. So, metallic nature increases down the group, non-metallic nature decreases down the group. So that here nitrogen, phosphorus are perfectly non-metals, arsenic and antimony are metalloids, bismuth is a radioactive metal. Right? Nitrogen, phosphorus are non-metals, arsenic and antimony are metalloids, ardhaloha, metalloids, and bismuth is radioactive metal. Clear na? In that way, here electronegativity and electropositivity is there. Atomicity is already here only we covered. Nitrogen is a diatomic. Atomicity also general physical characteristics if you consider. In that here nitrogen is a diatomic, phosphorus, arsenic and antimony are tetraatomic, whereas bismuth is a monoatomic. Right? either metallic, here non-metals, nitrogen, phosphorus, bismuth is the metal, between them arsenic and antimony are metalloids. Clear, na? So that is atomicity. And next, allotropy. Allotropy, one element possess similarities in chemical properties and different physical properties. Two or more different forms of an element, exhibits similarities in chemical properties and different physical properties are called allotropes, and the phenomenon is called allotropy. Clear, na? Two or more different forms of an element, only one element. Two or more different forms of a compound if you take, that is isomerism. Isomerism is different from allotropy. Allotropy applied for elements only. Isomerism applied for compounds. Right? Covalent bonds exhibit the isomerism. Covalent compounds exhibit isomerism. How can we say compounds having same molecular formula? Right? Compounds having same molecular formula, but different arrangement of atoms, either structurally or in three-dimensional space orientation. In either of the way, if they differ, then they differ in their physical and chemical properties are called isomers. Phenomenon is isomerism. Here allotropy, almost similar type, but applied for elements only. Only one element. Forms are different. One element, different forms, exhibits similarities in chemical properties, different physical properties are called allotropes. Phenomenon is allotropy. So almost all the elements of these nicogens exhibit the allotropy. Among them, phosphorus allotrope forms are important. Mostly in our NCERT book, nitrogen could not exhibit allotropy. They may given, but nitrogen also exhibits. But in gaseous state will not exhibit. If nitrogen convert into solid state, in solid state of nitrogen, alpha nitrogen and beta nitrogen, two forms of allotropes are possible. Right? Nitrogen in solid state, alpha nitrogen and beta nitrogen. Phosphorus, many are there. Many are there. In them, the important will be white phosphorus and red phosphorus. These two kinds are there. Again, what will be there according to NCERT? Let us discuss in detail discussion. Right? Arsenic, antimony, bismuth also exhibit the allotropy. Clear, na? So that allotropy clear. So allotropy is two or more different forms of an element exhibit similarities in chemical properties and different physical properties. Clear, na? Here density, then boiling point, melting point, whoever are there, these actually, as we move down the group, size increases. As we move down the group, size increases. Whenever size increases per atom to interact with neighbor atom, space provided is going to increase. Bigger size is there, it will provide more space to interact neighbor atom. Clear, na? Like that, similar type of atoms if together are there, as the size increases, the space provided by an atom is going to increase. Whenever the space provided by an atom increases, interaction increases. Those are interatomic interactions. If they are molecules, intermolecular interactions. Already in states of matter of first PU we covered. Interatomic interactions or intermolecular interactions are not strong. They are very weak. They are called van der Waals forces of attractions. Clear, na? As the van der Waals force of attraction increases, for which reason is what? Interatomic or intermolecular interactions go on increase. For which what is the main reason? Size increasing. As the size of atom increases, interaction of similar type of other atoms, space provided will be more now. Thus, as the space providing is increasing, then interactions increases. Interactions increases, to break it, energy required will be more. in general, as we move down the group, these are going to increase. Clear na? But here abnormalities are there. Abnormalities increases but not regular. Increases but not regular. Here NCERT one tabular form for physical properties they given. Therefore, in that NCERT book, density separately, melting point and boiling point separately, check the values. According to that we have to decide. 99% the question from this asking will be difficult. 1% they may ask paper setter interest. If that 1% your batch will be there, definitely you have to face. Clear na? So here it is a knowledge corner as it is depending on its special nature, boiling point and melting point we have to check. Right? So physical, that table whatever is there, once you go through that table and these three properties you try to check, during which you come to know. So regularly it is going or irregularly. Here these properties whoever are there, not in regular gradation. Clear na? But for which the main reason is what? Size increases, naturally interaction increases, thus van der Waals force of attractions also increases. Clear na? These are general physical characteristics of 15th group elements. Next, anomalous behavior of nitrogen. Anomalous behavior of nitrogen. One will be due to small size. Size of nitrogen is very small compared with other elements. Due to small size it possesses higher electronegativity, remaining not like that. Okay na? And one more thing, second one, due to presence of, one is due to small size. Small size anomalous behavior will be there. Small size. Other will be triple bond between nitrogen atoms. That is N triple bond N. Between N and N, triple bond possibility is there. In that triple bond, which kind of overlaps are there? Nitrogen 1, other nitrogen like this if you check, on this nitrogen, one is lone pair. Correct? Huh? One is lone pair, 3 are PX, PY, PZ. So, otherwise you take like this. Here this side lone pair is there. If it is the nitrogen, 1P, second P and third P, PX, PY, PZ. Other nitrogen if you check, on this one lone pair and 1P, second P and not like this, sorry. Actually overlapping I am showing, but not in this way linear. Here this is the nitrogen 1P, other nitrogen another P. That is sigma PP overlapping. Right? And on nitrogen again 2 PX, PY, PX is there, PY and PZ are there. Suppose if it is PY like this, PZ like this, in that case, here one lateral overlapping, other lateral overlapping. Nothing but 2 pi pp overlapping, 1 sigma pp overlapping. Clear na? Along with that in s orbital, one lone pair of electrons are there. Right? Either suppose s will be there, that s is having one lone pair. Here also on nitrogen s is having one lone pair. Like that, 1 sigma and 2 pi bonds are possible. Therefore, it is highly stable. And bond dissociation energy is very high and reactivity is very low. Remaining elements are not like that. Even if you take a white phosphorus, just above the room temperature it will catch the fire in environment. In atmospheric air, just above the room temperature phosphorus can catch the fire. Whereas nitrogen, high temperature is required to break it. The bond dissociation energy is very high because 3 moles of bonds we have to break. Then only that nitrogen will become free and that free atom will involve in a chemical reaction. So, one is small size, second one is triple bond, third one is presence of vacant d orbitals. Presence of vacant d or presence no इधर नाइट्रोजन के पास नहीं रहता, रिमेनिंग के पास रहता. Therefore what you can say, absence of vacant d orbitals. So nitrogen no vacant d orbital. If vacant d is not there, what happens? Suppose nitrogen 1s2 2s2 2p3. Now second energy level S lone pair and second energy level P is unpaired electrons, like this. Suppose if I want to apply energy, this atom should enter into an excitation state. When we supply the energy, it should enter into an excitation state. But for nitrogen, excitation state possibility is not there. Here lone pair whenever is there, that lone pair should undergo d pair and obtained unpaired electron enter into almost in same energy level vacant orbital. Here same energy level 2d is not there, na? Here no 2d. If no 2d, at that time no question of enter, no 2d, therefore no question of enter into this lone pair of electron. Thus with respect to this lone pair, oxidation number could not exhibit by nitrogen because loss of this lone pair will be difficult. Here vacancy position enter into this unpaired electron enter into some other same energy level other orbital is not possible. Therefore nitrogen valency with respect to these 3 electrons 3. With respect to lone pair 1 only. Here 2 electrons are there, but valency is 1 due to the formation of coordinate covalent bond. One of it only contributes the pair of electrons. The coordinate covalent bond is able to form. Clear, na? Coordinate covalent bond able to form. Suppose here some N2O is there. Dinitrogen monoxide or nitrous oxide. Correct? Huh? In this nitrous oxide, how the bond arrangement is going to take place, we have to check. Suppose one of the nitrogen, if you take one of the nitrogen as a lone pair and 3 are unpaired electrons. Suppose 3 unpaired electrons like this, if we write another nitrogen 3 unpaired electrons in this way, bond, triple bond is going to form. And whoever the lone pair is there, this lone pair contribute to oxygen. Correct? Lone pair contribute to oxygen. This is N2O. Between N and N a triple bond. Between this N and oxygen, dative bond. On this nitrogen lone pair as it is. Dative bond means here oxygen should provide the vacant orbital. Oxygen vacant orbital 100% should provide. Suppose oxygen is having what? 2s2 2p4. 2s2 2p4 oxygen 2s2 2p4. In that case no vacant orbital, na? In oxygen also no vacant d, no vacant orbital. But during the formation of nitrous oxide, definitely it has to provide. Under the influence of this nitrogen, here what happens? Unevenly this unpaired electron forcibly pushed inside. At that time here it will become 2s2 then 2p4. Now it will become vacant. Now to that vacant here this nitrogen will donate a pair of electron. Now between this nitrogen and oxygen one dative bond. And on oxygen how many lone pairs are there? 3 lone pairs are there. Instead of 2 lone pairs, here 2 unpaired electrons are forcibly paired up by creating this vacant orbital. With this vacant orbital, nitrogen will make a bond. Right? In that way, the pair of electron of nitrogen from s orbital able to form only one dative bond. Clear, na? So due to that, here excitation state is not possible. So due to absence of vacant d orbital, in case of nitrogen, excitation possibility is not there. If you check the phosphorus, 3s2, 3px1, py1, pz1. Excitation 3s1, 3px1, py1, pz1, 3dxy1. Third energy level d orbital is there, na? So due to presence of that third energy level d orbital, from third energy level s orbital, the lone pair undergo excitation will give 5 unpaired electrons electronic configuration as 3s1, 3px1, py1, pz1 and dxy1. 5 unpaired electrons. With respect to that sp3 dehybridization it will enter. Correct? 5 sigma bonds able to form. Clear? So in that way, here this is also absence of vacant d orbital is one of the anomalous behavior of nitrogen. Right? These are anomalous behavior of nitrogen. So here who are the nitrogens elements, their atomic number with atomicity, electronic configuration and general physical characteristics, along with that anomalous behavior of nitrogen. Due to that, inka consequences are there. Due to this, the stability of nitrogen, small size is there, see, highest electronegative. With that highest electronegative readily involved with more electropositive metals. With more electropositive metal, phosphides will be less stable compared with nitrides. Sodium nitride more stable than sodium phosphide. Why? So in case of sodium nitride, nitrogen is small size, having higher electronegativity, readily accept an electron from sodium. Whereas phosphorus phosphide, phosphorus size is more compared with nitrogen, less electronegativity, then less acceptance of electron, thus the bond energy less. Right? Therefore, stable is sodium nitride, then next to that sodium phosphide. So that is anomalous behavior due to small size of nitrogen. Clear, na? Similarly, presence of triple bond dissociation energy is more, that is more stable. Nitrogen gas is inert in nature. In that way we have to check. Then absence of vacant d orbital, no excitation state. So here these anomalous behavior, whatever is there, for which reasons or whatever are there, those will be applied in applications of the reactions. Clear, na? Next, if you check general chemical characteristics. General chemical characteristics of nitrogens. General chemical properties. One is with hydrogen, hydrides. And individually let us go. Hydrides will be which kind of hydrides? MH3 type of hydrides able to form. MH3 in which NH3, PH3, ASH3, SBH3 and BiH3. All are trigonal pyramidal in shape. On central atom, here the lone pairs are there. Clear, na? So among these hydrides, ammonia possesses intermolecular hydrogen bonding. In NH3, intermolecular hydrogen bonding is there due to small size of nitrogen and higher electronegativity of nitrogen. Due to small size and higher electronegativity, here N and Cl, those two elements electronegativity values are same. But chlorine failed to exhibit the hydrogen bonding, whereas nitrogen can exhibit. Electronegativities are same, but nitrogen exhibit that hydrogen bonding, but whereas chlorine no, due to small size. Right? That is anomalous behavior of nitrogen. Due to small size of nitrogen and higher electronegativity, it could able to form intermolecular hydrogen bonding, so that ammonia is liquid and possess highest boiling point, so on. Its special characteristics are there. Bond angles variation, all these are gases. In these gases, bond angle around 92, whereas here 107 degrees. Clear, na? So in that way, nitrogen, these hydrides, characteristics will be there, and basic character if you consider, basic nature due to presence of lone pair, all these are Lewis bases, na? All these are the Lewis bases. Now a molecule who can able to lose this lone pair of electron readily acts as a strong base. Here central atom if you check, nitrogen is small size, phosphorus somewhat big, then your size of atoms here, nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth if you check, here lone pair. To sit the lone pair space where is more? Down the group. If this lone pair to sit, space provided will be more is stable. Therefore, this lone pair going outside will be not easily as we move down the group. Electron pair donating ability if decreases, basic character decreases down the group, basic character decreases. Among all, ammonia is the strong base. Like that, basic character on which the question you can expect. Clear na? In the similar way, hydrides, then oxides, halides, these are the compounds. So those general chemical properties whoever are there, so those properties in detail we have to discuss, and later you have in this lesson nitrogen separate, study of nitrogen, study of ammonia, study of oxides of nitrogen, nitric acid, and then allotrope forms of phosphorus, then oxyacids of phosphorus. If these side topics we cover, this lesson is going to cover. Okay na? So tomorrow if that issue is solved, let us discuss entrance. After completion of that again we are going to connect this one. Okay na? Right.
तो हो गया बोल के सपोज न्यू लर्नर रहे तो प्रिपरेशन होना उनको, विदाउट प्रिपरेशन क्लास कैसा चलता?